logic identified. Literature cross-referenced. Pseudo killer, the lab is open. The incision is precise, I don't argue with advice. I just paralyze the fallacy and sacrifice the highs. Check the methodology, through the epistemology, through the intellectuals or the cultural and apology. High intensity, high contrast, dissecting the forecast. Looking through the lens where the shadows of the ghost past. Verify the source, man, I'm staying on the course. Applying academic pressure with a concentrated force. To the reticle, standing on the error in your premise. Clinical with lyric, I'm a scientific menace. This is the lab where the data gets heavy. Hold the scalpel steady and the panel is ready. Dissect the claim, then recite the publication. High intensity truth, surgical observation. Pseudo killer on the track. Yellow, red and the black. If you're coming with a fiction, there is no coming back. Now the footage is playing, I see what they're saying. Every logical inconsistency, yeah, we're weighing. Is it peer review, but just a mood you pursue? Keep the going that is waiting for truth to be renewed. Step into the arena, face the heat of the light. Can you justify the stance? Can you validate the fight? One-on-one, face the play. Watch the narrative fade. In the theater of logic, yeah, the history's made. It's a master class, looking through the looking glass. Checking every color of the literature pass. Analysis complete. The findings are conclusive. Zero factual density detected. The lab, Saturday night. Check the sources or get dissected.
Good night, and welcome to another Pseudo Killers production. Welcome to the lab. Pseudo Killers present the lab, where these claims are not debated, they are tested, not with opinions, not with rhetoric, but with method. In the lab, every claim goes through a three-phase process. Phase 1, the intake. We isolate the claim. We define it clearly. We remove it's late night. Ambiguity. Oh my God. I gotta work on that word. Phase 2, the pathology. We examine the structure. We identify the logic. We expose the fallacies, assumptions, and category errors. Phase 3, the peer review. We evaluate the claim. We determine whether it stands, fails, or needs to be reframed. This is not about personalities. This is not about winning arguments. It's about whether a claim survives analysis. Tonight's episode, we take a live discussion, isolate specific timestamps, and apply the method in real time. No shortcuts, no distractions, no appeals to authority, just structured analysis. Bring the claim, we bring the method. Ladies and gentlemen, good night and welcome to a new Pseudo Killers production. I'm working the controls here, so work with me. Let me see who is in the building. Let me shout out to everyone being here. Let me see who's in the building. Good night, everybody. Peace, family. We got Black Sunflower Tree. All my weed in the building. Black African Power. Lamar Pope. Everyone like, subscribe, and share. We got Mel in the building. I don't know why that word is sticking with me tonight. Yo, what's up? Sir Cool's in the building. Pseudo Killer Army. I appreciate all the work you do. Yes, peace. Peace, Omar. Don't forget to like the show, share the show. All right. And this is a platform. We have a structure, and this is an open platform primarily for any claims you want to address, right? You get your clips, you fit it within the format, and you dissect any claim made in your direction or any claim in the general community. I'm doing the first episode, but you can expect to see many a pseudo killer up here on this platform and addressing and attacking claims in the same fashion. I think this is a platform that somebody like Mel would enjoy. What do you say, Mel? You would get this word out a little bit easier than I would. Don't forget, like the show, turn on the show, thumb on the show. Let me get these timestamps ready. I know I got them. Let me get them ready so we could dive right into the specific claims we're dealing with tonight. Cedric has been isolated and called out by name by the Truest. So we're going to take a look at the claim the Truest made and see how valid and what is their actual value. We're going to see what their actual value is. All right. So let's get this ready. Make sure we have the appropriate time stamp. Yes, we are. I'm gonna save this. I'll share the screen, and we're gonna get busy listening to these claims. I'm sharing the volume from the. There we go. There we go. There we go. I don't want to share the entire screen. I just want to share the tab. Let me share the tab. There you go. That works. Boom, bam. Yes, you can see it. Let's play it. I'm sure you can hear the volume.
It is not a myth. That's how he's misdefining it. He's calling ancient science something that is some sort of myth. That's not the case. It's part of the historical continuum of scientific inquiry. It's not separate from it. Methodological naturalism, overstated. He's making some overstatements about it. It is a rule within science, right? It's a method that is used in modern science, right?
That is the first set of claims, right? The natural philosophy versus science, and there seems to be some confusion there. Of course, we're going to steelman all these claims when we get into the intake part of the presentation. Now we're just hearing the claims in real time as he is bringing them out. First claim that I am overemphasizing what natural philosophy is, or understating what natural philosophy is, and overstating what methodological naturalism is. Remember that. It's going to come back. It's interesting. Now let's go to the second timestamp, 27 minutes. 27 minutes. 27 minutes, and go a couple of seconds earlier.
Ancient science did not exist. You baked your conclusion from your narrow definition at the beginning of your premise. Mainstream view from authoritative sources. Science has existed since the dawn of human existence. The first natural philosopher, according to Hellenic tradition, was Thales of Miletus.
So here you hear two things. First of all, I'll make it full screen. Let's see how I can do that. Let's share to make it full screen. Let me see if I make that full screen here. How does it look over here? Okay, yes, we working. Okay, so let's bring it back just a little bit.
Therefore, ancient science did not exist. You baked your conclusion from your narrow definition at the beginning of your premise. Mainstream view from authoritative sources. Science has existed since the dawn of human existence. The first natural philosopher.
Science has existed since the dawn of human civilization, right? Science has existed since the dawn of human civilization, and then the jump to natural philosophers. And Thales was the first natural philosopher equals science. So if Thales was the first natural philosopher, which you equate to science, then how does science exist from the dawn of time? That becomes a little bit difficult there. Yes, that becomes a little bit difficult there to compute. But you mentioned Thales, the first natural philosopher, agreed, but you automatically equate him to science. So if he's the first natural philosopher and you equate natural philosophy to science, how does this fit your statement that science has always existed? So we're seeing some linguistic, some linguistic mastery going on there, right? Let's continue. The second time stamp. That's the second time stamp. We're going to let it play a little bit more. So just so it doesn't say we cut him short.
According to Hellenic tradition, it was Thales of Miletus. This is Britannica, History of Science once again. Key insight: science is defined by inquiry, method, not time period. Verdict:
oh, let's listen to his
Cedric's definition is too narrow to capture the historical reality of scientific inquiry.
My definition is too narrow to capture the history of scientific inquiry. See, the U word science is being used very loosely. Scientific is being equated to science. Okay, we see that all taking place here. The last timestamp is 1 hour and 1 hour 22 minutes and 43 seconds. We're gonna let it start a little bit from here and play. There you go.
Naturalism by itself is modern science, and I think he's pushing modern science further back than anybody on our side of the conversation has attempted to do. Right? So again, we have to be logically consistent here, right? Internal contradiction. His framework breaks under its own definitions. A direct look at how Cedric's own slides dismantle his core argument about modern science. He says you cannot have science without methodological naturalism, but you can have methodological naturalism without the full scientific method. His own slides separate them. Number one, Cedric elsewhere equates methodological naturalism with modern science. Two, he admits methodological naturalism can exist without the full scientific method. Three, therefore, methodological naturalism is not identical to modern science as a whole. His own slide in itself logically collapses his primary argument. Because how do you have modern science without the scientific method? How do you have modern science without the
easy answer to that question? First of all, when you understand that we're talking about systems and we're talking about in epistemic regimes, we're talking about the mode in which that is processed. Science is a philosophical position. The method can be developed later. However, it is that philosophical framework which is required. So the science, the method of acquiring knowledge after the rupture from natural philosophy, methodological naturalism became the tool of inquiry. That was the system under which information was acquired. That is science. The tools and the systems were developed along the way. So within the chronology, you already see the fact that you first established the framework, as we are delving into in the Set Talk series. Tune in Monday 4:30 when we dissect Hume and subsequently go into the French materialists. We will paint the picture of that historical period, the revolutionary status that is going on. This is why it's called a scientific revolution. Shameless plug for my other show. Tune in Monday, Said Talks, where we go continue with the fathers of modern science, David Hume. Now we've seen in that series that this is all about a way of thinking. So the way of thinking, science, was developed prior to the application of the proper tools that fit within that philosophical framework. So you see, the young man, again, is clearly out of his depth. So these are the three claims that we are going to examine tonight in the lab. The next segment of the program is called the lab. Y'all hit the like button. Get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up. Share the show, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is going to be a regular Saturday feature, and you expect to see different members of the pseudo killers up here applying the same principle. This is a format for the pseudo killers organization. I take the helm in doing the first show, but you can expect to see different pseudo killers up here addressing different claims in the same structured and methodological manner. The pseudo killers, the lab.
Subject identified, literature cross-referenced. Pseudo killer, the lab is open. The incision is precise, I don't argue with advice. I just paralyze the fallacy and sacrifice the highs. Check the methodology, through the epistemology, through the intellectuals or the cultural and apology. High intensity, high contrast, dissecting the forecast. Looking through the lens where the shadows of the ghost past. Verify the source, man, I'm staying on the course. Applying academic pressure with a concentrated force. Through the reticle, standing on the error in your premise. Clinical with lyric, I'm a scientific menace. This is the lab where the data gets heavy. Hold the scalpel steady and the panel is ready. Dissect the claim, then recite the publication. High intensity truth, surgical observation. Pseudo killer on the track, yellow, red and black. If you're coming with a fiction, there is no coming back. Now the footage is playing, I see what they're saying. Every logical inconsistency, yeah, we're weighing. Is it peer review, but just a mood you pursue? Keep the going, is waiting for the truth to be renewed. Step into the arena, face the heat of the light. Can you justify the stance? Can you validate the fight? One-on-one, face the blade. Watch the narrative fade. In the theater of logic, yeah, the history's made. It's a master class, looking through the looking glass. Checking every color of the literature pass. Analysis complete. The findings are conclusive. Zero factual density detected. The lab, Saturday night. Check the sources or get dissected.
Pseudo killers, the lab. Tonight, the dissection of TMI, the Truest. The intake. Claim number one. The Truest asserts that ancient science is misidentified as a myth. Now, I'm sure everyone here followed the series, and at no point in time did I ever assert that ancient science was a myth. We go through the chronology, we go through trial and error, survival, and we have the mythical philosophy that is the amplification, and it reaches its climax in the structured mythological cosmology of the Egyptians. That is labeled mythological science. Nothing about it is a myth. What that means, it is deity-driven. Claim number one. Claim number two. My good, the Truest asserts science has existed since the dawn of human existence, Britannica, and in the same breath says the complete opposite. Anyway, we are going to examine the conflation and the confusion. Claim number three asserts natural philosophy is a label change, not a methodological shift. So the epistemic rupture that we have been examining for the last week, especially delving into the philosophers, is not an actual deconstruction of philosophical naturalism and the construction of methodological naturalism. There is no rupture. There is no shift in authority. No, no, no. There's a linearity, and this is the fundamental misconception that this young man is dealing with. Here we go. Claim number 4. Admits He admits that methodological naturalism can exist without the scientific method. Right? He admitted to that. That he tried to catch me in a logical trap. Now let's deal with the pathology. The subjects claim TMI, the truest, the soldier, the intellectual wing of the barbershop boys. Ancient science is not a myth. We already seen the construction of a straw man, and to go along with the tin man and the heartless lion. Oh boy, Alice in Wonderland. Continuity since the dawn of time. Science has existed since the dawn of time. But Thales is the first natural philosopher, and natural philosophy is science. Vel. And a French soil that's the Martin people that say vel. God, my island is split in Dutch and French, and we can determine whether someone is from the French side or from the Dutch side, because the French side people got a little different accent because they go up in the French system. Newton was a scientist, completely non sequitur to anything we've been discussing. We see here, this is what we call creating a red herring. You are running down the street with a very stinky fish under the assumption that the A side will follow you down that rabbit hole, which is not necessary. However, in the lab, it will get dissected. The lab reality. The lecture defined that era, that epistemic regime, as natural philosophy, never as a myth. Even mythological philosophy is not considered a myth. It is disrespectful to take these people's knowledge system for granted or out of their cultural containers. That is what we call presentism. Confuses a technical craft with its epistemic mode. It confuses methodological naturalism, the epistemic mode, with the scientific tools. So where you thought my framework collapsed was actually your inability to adjust your reasoning from the tools to the framework. You are operating at the level of a worker. The conversation we are having is at the level of the architects, the financiers, and those boys that are going to finance the project. Your interjection comes way, way, way down the line. We are doing the calculations. We are modeling the infrastructure. We are determining where the events and security is going to go. We are determining where we are going to put the fire safety. We are surveying the property. We are doing assessment of the soil density to determine to determine the amount of stories we can go. And you are sitting on the side with your screwdriver waiting for a job. Newton was a natural philosopher. The dude was more busy doing alchemy, trying to predict the end of the world via Matthew and his biblical narratives. His work, even we saw in the last episode of Set Talks, we witnessed the fact that Rene Descartes was a flim flam, boom, boom, bam, bam. Science was serendipity. He was trying to affirm and establish God. by means of smuggling his supernatural and arbitrary metaphysical claims on the back of a abstract actuality. I caught him though. Caught him red-handed. We gonna lock him up. Oh no, he's dead. Damn. Somebody dig him up. Now, here's the evidence. Let's slow it down. When historians say ancient science, they are not saying ancient people were doing science the way we understand it today. They're talking about early knowledge systems, observations about nature, attempts to explain the world. People like Thales of Miletus asking, what is everything made of? That's not science. That's natural philosophy. Does anyone see me equating this to a myth at any point in time? If you do so, please feel free to point it out. This is a direct copy from the previous presentation. And natural philosophy is not just early science, it is a different epistemic framework entirely. It is a different epistemic regime entirely. There are no controlled experiments, no systematic testing, no institutional verification, and most importantly, no commitment to the framework we call science, methodological naturalism. Now, science contains toolkit, a method of application, but it is based on a philosophy. We are now in the phase of Monday going into again David Hume, a philosopher. At no point in time would anyone try to equate him to a scientist. Rene Descartes, who is a pillar of the mathematic foundation, the understanding that you could model nature abstractly by means of mathematical equations. You can pinpoint geometric space, three-dimensional space. You can pinpoint a place within space, within reality, by means of mathematics. You can actually use mathematics to model reality. What does this mean? Mathematics becomes the underpinning, the seal of approval, the cap. When you put the cap on and you put that seal, that's what mathematics means to science. And who did that? A natural philosopher. But he is too far out of the everyday lexicon. So you were not able to take us down the red herring with individuals like Descartes, who would have made for much more interesting conversation. However, as we illustrated, Descartes was simply busy trying to affirm and establish his God, which puts him in the framework of the natural philosophers. That's not what Thales of Miletus was doing. That's not what ancient Egypt was doing. That's not what medieval scholars were doing. They were building knowledge, yes, but not within this equal epistemic regime. This is the distinction that is required. Shout out to the God Killer. We are going to have like we always do, academics substantiating, collaborating, and putting that seal of approval on everything the pseudo killers is doing. That's why I'm interjecting this new word into the lexicon, which is equal to what we have been saying, our cultural containers. See, we rappers, we do the CC, the cultural containers. Shout out to the God Killer. Epistemic regime. Sexy. Methodological naturalism says, you see, it doesn't do damn thing. It sets parameters. It provides constraints. And once constraints are there, now you are going to develop these systems within these constraints. Once that constraints is there, now your philosophical, your thinking process is going to work within these boundaries to establish a system. Doubt all things. Are you sure that inductive reasoning is enough? That general conclusion that you reach with all the white swans. Have you been to the Americas? There's a sailor over there that says the maps that we've produced are inaccurate. Are you so sure that the swans that we see here on the continent do not have rival fellows on the other side? We are now in a state of turmoil. We're asking ourselves these questions. The maps don't align. Fix it, Rep, fix it quickly. Order must be maintained. Marie Antoinette, yes, can I help you, Your Majesty? Bring me Rene, the cat. Yeah. Rene, what is this? The murmurs in the streets, there's sophistry. There's talk of revolt. It says that we no longer have the authority. Your Majesty, Your Majesty, in the halls of the philosophical inquiry, me and my colleagues have been deliberating on this issue for quite some time. And there is a measure of doubt that is required, a measure of humility, for man is not endowed with the divinity of God. We are but mere mortal vessels in a quest to acquire that state of divinity. Yes, we are the superior beings on this planet, endowed with the right to establish order and rule. However, only God knows all. And surely, as I can understand God, I'm sure that within his realm of understanding, he will allow us the room to grow and understand. Fallibility, Your Majesty, is the closest thing to becoming pure as God. No longer are we to rest assured that we know all things, for the Bible says it. Only God knows the beginning from the end. Boom, bam, 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 bam. And the Queen said, carry on. I will look forward to further discourse. He walked out of there and said, shit. Next. Hey. Now you see that thing called no unfalsifiable claims? Tune in Monday for another set talk, ladies and gentlemen. Only natural causes that can be tested, measured, and verified. This is pathological naturalism. Nor the Greeks, nor the medieval, nor the medieval natural philosophers were engaging in said protocol. They simply weren't. How dare you? Test, verify. Are you to question the authority of the Pharaoh? Which mortal amongst you shall challenge the authority of the priest? I will hex you. The Nile will not flood on your patch. Your grain will not grow. The forensic verdict. Straw man. Attacking a claim that was never made. Nowhere in this discourse, at any given point in time, did I ever say it was a myth. You lack the nomenclature to engage properly. I am giving you the benefit of the doubt that you are actually lacking the required vocabulary to properly contextualize what I was saying. So I'm not saying that you're straight out lying. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. So I can understand that mythological philosophy, mythological cosmology may bring the layman into the realm of myth. That was never stated. They had a cosmology, mythical. And that cosmology served them well because they were practical and actual. So they knew that the Nile was going to flood. Their reasoning for it flooding was the gods. They needed to know when the Nile was flooding. They didn't need it to know the particular nuances that were taking place. The mere fact that we can predict it works for us. I never made a claim that it was a myth, though. That's a straw man. There ain't a pseudo killer, God killer, on any of the platforms that we engage in. Any one of us make such a claim. That's a lie. I regret. I take that back. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Category error. Definitions too broad. I'm going to demonstrate that. Science is science, and the dawn of man is science, and doing the Reggie. Shout out to Preet. He opened the dictionary. From the moment there are 5 different definitions, mean that if you're using another definition that is other than the conversation we're having, you are saying something different. It's not one definition. There are 5 applications of the word science. The science of dog training. Man, I'm going to drop some science on them. You know how we do. You know how we do. That's some high science money. You know how we do. Too broad a definition. Layman level conversation, which calls into mind certain questions. How are you having this conversation on a layman's level? Has anything that we've been doing here been on a layman's level? Anachronism, retrospective labeling, and then subsequently try to qualify that you can actually do it. That is the height of ridiculousness, I must say. I like performing. If you give me the stage, I'm gonna perform. I'm an actor by nature. Britannica, we're gonna do some rhythm shit. On the simplest level, science is knowledge of the world of nature. There are many regularities in nature that humankind has had to recognize for survival since the emergence of Homo sapiens as a species. The sun and the moon periodically repeat their movements. Some motions, like the daily motion of the sun, are simple to observe, while others, like the annual motion of the sun, are far more difficult. Both motions correlate with important terrestrial events. Day and night provide the basic rhythm of human existence. The seasons determine the migration of animals upon which humans have depended for millennia for survival. With the invention of agriculture, the seasons became even more crucial. The failure to recognize the proper time for planting could lead to starvation. Science, defined simply as knowledge of the natural processes, is universal amongst humankind, and it has existed since the dawn of human existence. Now, ready? We're going to slow it down. On the simplest level, that means from the 5 uses of the word, we're going to take the simplest one. It just means knowledge of the world of nature. There are many regularities in nature that humankind has had to recognize for survival. So we're talking about the epoch of survival, trial and error. Since the emergence of Homo sapiens, so this is 300,000 years ago. I pull up the slide from Ankh right now in my head. One of the first ones takes us right there. Boom. Right here, we're going to segue into the sun and the moon periodically repeat their movement. Some motions, like the daily motion of the sun, are simple to observe. Now, when we're talking about the motion of the sun, are we talking about astronomy? Shout out to the galaxy and beyond space agent, Anthony. No, we're not. What they're doing there, everyone does with a timepiece on their hand. Some of us, maybe Brad, got a rollie. Some of us use it on our phone. timekeeping. None of us want to put an apply on our wrist or put it in your backyard. That would be preposterous. And why was that important? For survival. They needed to know the seasons. Seasons correlated with migration of animals. Humans, the predators follow the herbivores, and the human follow both carnivore and herbivore. That's why we're hunter-gatherers for the majority of our existence. Like y'all don't be listening to what the pseudo killers be teaching. Shout out to the God killer. We can now represent what he's been putting down for so long. With the invention of agriculture, the season became even more crucial. For failure to recognize a proper time for planting, like a rising of cereals, could lead to starvation. Science defines simply as knowledge of natural processes. Knowledge, natural processes. Tech is universal amongst humankind. Shout out to King J. Now y'all see the boom, bam, boom, boom, boom was taking place in that debate with that shit. Wild. We are talking about the development of a universal tool, and y'all talking about hunter-gatherers. From the same article, science, then, is to be considered in this article as knowledge of natural regularities that is subject to some degree of skeptical rigor and explained by rational causes. One final causation is necessary. Nature is known only through the senses, of which sight, touch, and hearing are the dominant ones. And the human notion of reality is skewed towards the objects of their senses. The invention of such instruments as the telescope, the microscope, and the Geiger counter enabled an ever increasing range of phenomena within the scope of the senses. Thus, scientific knowledge of the world is only partial, and the progress of science follows the ability of humans to make phenomena perceivable. Now, in this article, it is talking about that fundamental shift. Yet it is keeping in this article science about knowledge in its general sense. Science then is to be considered in this article as knowledge of the natural regularities that is subject to some degree of skeptical rigor and explained by rational causes. Right here, we have moved to where? Still talking about knowledge, but a completely different system of acquiring this knowledge. So you're speaking and you're doing the boom, 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 and doing that. This here represents a continuity. It doesn't. This is the disingenuousness that we're talking about. You got strawman. Accuse me of claims I've never made. You're disingenuous when you're reading an article and not realizing that there are two different forms of science being expressed here. However, science is being used, the umbrella term. See how you guys flim-flam? Knowledge, two different systems of acquiring knowledge represented in the same article. Reading comprehension. C'est important. Zeer belangrijk hoor, als je gaat lezen, dat je begrijpt wat je leest. Cuando estás leyendo, tú tienes que saber qué estás leyendo. Ora bota leso kono, botin kusaki konje bota leso pa somo bota si bukur pa pendeu. Godverdomme. Presentism. The Oxford English Dictionary gives the first citation of presentism in its historiographic sense from 1916, and the word may have been used in this meaning as early as the 1817. The historian David Hatchett Fisher identifies presentism as a fallacy, also known as the fallacy of nunc pro tunc lit, now for then. Y'all accusing us of this when you're trying to collapse science, collapse astronomy. We got words like methia observations. How can you say they were doing methy observations? Little observations with the methy, Idiot. He has written that the classic example of presentism was the so-called Whig mystery, in which certain 18th and 19th century British historians wrote history in a way that used the past to validate their own political beliefs. This interpretation was presentist because it did not depict the past in objective historical context, but instead viewed history only through the lens of a contemporary Whig beliefs. In this kind of approach, which emphasizes the relevance of history to the present to the present, things that do not seem relevant receive little attention, which results in a misleading portrayal of the past. Whig history or Whiggishness are often used as synonyms for presentism, particularly when the historical depiction in question is teleological or triumphant. You're doing this. You're trying to collapse the definition into a singular meaning, create the illusion of a continuity. So you're engaging in presentism by your own definition. So let's examine the methodological failures. The fallacies, equivocation, uses science as a general synonym for inquiry, ignoring the formal constraints of methodological naturalism. You ignore them, pretend that those constraints does not change the paradigm of natural philosophy to methodological naturalism. You do not want to acknowledge the epistemic rupture when the same individuals practicing natural philosophy realized that their epistemic foundation fell apart. They were forced to deconstruct and reconstruct a new system. That's why we are delving into the philosophers. Tune in Monday, 4:30 for the next installment. Fallacy. Internal contradictions. He admits that methodological naturalism is a rule, but tries to credit ancient theological system with its present. So if you acknowledge that you can't be, well, you didn't, but you admit that methodological naturalism is fundamental to science, then how can you apply methodological naturalism in mythical philosophical systems and in natural philosophical system? Both system, the authority was the human and by means of supernatural agency. Methodological naturalism says only natural causes, only natural explanation. No metaphysical claims, no supernatural claims. God did it. Nature has a divine essence. The data says gravity operates this formula. Completely different conceptualization, different epistemic regimes. Methodological flaw, using layperson's definition to measure a technical philosophical framework. Don't know what you're using. You're using layman's definition, science, and boom, bam, bam, bam. Status. We enter the peer review. The debunking, what you were attempting to do, that the fall, the pride before the fall, and all these biblical references. Wink, wink. Who's taking the pride before the fall, young man? The debunking fails because it measures the science series using the wrong units of measurement. We are operating at two fundamentally different categories of discussion. We are talking about the framework, the epistemic rupture, which decoupled our system. 2,000 years of Aristotelian rule, the books. Bacon was the first to say, throw the books away, get your hands dirty. Induction versus deduction. By ignoring the epistemic rupture, the formal decoupling from of nature from the divine, the formal uncoupling. My good brother, you are strumming without hitting the actual thesis of my work. It was simply out of your academic depth. What we were doing was beyond your comprehension level. You were unable to accurately quote the Cambridge source, which you guys so dearly held on to. Because within the source itself, if you can read, you would see that they are illustrated two different epistemic regimes under the umbrella of what they're using this art in the way they are using the word science in this article to mean knowledge, nature, by some means of inquiry. Humans, by their essence, are rational beings. You see them talk about the development of instruments that go beyond our senses, because our senses are limited. We were not evolved to science the world, we were evolved to survive in the world. We know the limitations of our senses. Conclusion: this attempt to falsify my position and my series has been rejected. That's the end of the slideshow. Dun, dun, dun. Now we come to the fun part of the show where you get the opportunity to get up here, either argue the case for or against, or you have the opportunity to get up here, and defend your position. Claim has been made. I addressed the claim. So now the floor is open for discourse. You can either challenge my assertion that the claim is rejected, you can challenge my position, you can concur, or the floor is open to the truest to come and state your case. Nothing is overkill. Everything is subject to a laboratory analysis. You know what this show's name? The lab. We are critically going to examine each aspect of anything what is going on in this community by means of this format. Let me drop the link. See who wants to come up here. Or you can critique the show. Whatever your heart desires. It is Saturday night. We did some work. Now we could rock out. Have some fun. Get up here.
Subject identified, literature cross-referenced. Pseudo killer, the lab is open. The incision is precise, I don't argue with advice. I just paralyze the fallacy and sacrifice the heist. Check the methodology, flow the epistemology. Pseudo intellectuals or the cultural an apology. High intensity, high contrast, dissecting the forecast. Looking through the lens where the shadows of the ghost past. Verify the source, man, I'm staying on the course. Applying academic pressure with a concentrated force. Through the reticle, standard on the error in your premise. Clinical and lyric, I'm a scientific menace. This is the lab where the data gets heavy. Hold the scalpel steady and the panel is ready. Dissect the claim, then recite the public.
All right. Who's ready to come up here, speak your speak, challenge the presentation, defend the other side, articulate your position, clarify why I'm incorrect or why I'm correct, contribute, attack. Saturday night. King Sosa in the building. What it do? What it do? What it do?
You got explosions now? That's what I'm talking about.
Wait.
Yeah, you was there.
This is the gauntlet segment. Oh shit! This is the gauntlet segment.
Yeah, you try to get you working. You try to get short with it. That's all right. Yeah. I see. Like the way he started out was already off kilter because he made he used science as the general in the most broadest sense, and then jumped to philosophical naturalism or natural philosophy. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, that was already a little off base the minute you did that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And then, like I said, a lot of claims were straw mans. Like a lot of claims we never made. Like we never said ancient science was mythical. Like that wouldn't even make sense. Like why would we say something like that?
Yeah.
You know
when we going through the different epistemic regimes and we really putting them in their proper cultural context, right? We talk about historic revisionism and the anachronistic nature of using these words. So we were actually moving away from applying incorrect terms. So we accepted the challenge with proto and then introduced tech. That became an issue. Then we correctly framed, and Greeks were natural philosophers. We established that this system that they established between Thales and Aristotle over that 300-year period lasted for another 1,500 years, almost 2,000 years of this system, right? We went we went all in to the epistemic rupture from different angles. The God Killer, I did it. We broke down the epistemic rupture in a show in and of itself. And you completely deny that fundamental aspect of the development of modern science. We also talked about the serendipitous nature of the establishment of science, where these natural philosophers was actually trying to maintain the status quo. They simply couldn't because the beast, the machine that they developed ultimately took the ghost out of the machine, right? But it was a serendipitous nature. So the claims are fallacious. The attempt to rebut or respond or undermine or attack my position was a complete failed, and the whole hypothesis is simply rejected. God Killer got the floor.
Hey man, what's good? What's good? What's good? Sosa, you crazy?
Yeah, it might be a little bit.
That's crazy, man. We was in that damn in that back chat talking crazy. Yeah, I like the presentation, bro. I was in that motherfucker cracking jokes and shit. We was in there talking crazy about your presentation. Just that you know that, bro. Information was good though. No, I liked it. It was pretty dope correcting all those errors, yo. The day was, so Yeah, man, they built the whole straw head, whatever y'all call it. They built the straw head, yo, and then, tried to make his acquiesce to a faulty premise. And that's when I knew they had actually run out of bullets, man. So yeah, we ain't stopping because this is what we do. We talk about science, bro, all day, every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess we need to look at his whole presentation because he was talking real. Yeah, I mean, I already got two slides I took out and already, put the touch up on it. So I'll probably do that. Probably do
Yeah,
that.
I created this format, a pseudo killer format, so we could anyone can use this. It's not my thing, but I said let me take the lead in trying to organize and structure how we attack these things so that it's a learning exercise at the same time. We can beat people up, but if we can teach, use the content to create a teaching moment, I'm all for it. But we can
Yeah,
read
man.
about
Hey,
it.
man, you did you catch the show today earlier, yo? We
Oh
got
yeah.
we got
Oh
you
yeah.
know what? I actually had fun.
Oh man.
I actually
Oh
had
man.
fun,
All my
yo.
spidey senses were all over the place.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
I'm not hitting that panel. I'm seeing
No,
he's
don't hit the
having fun.
panel. Don't hit the panel. Don't hit the
He's
panel.
having fun. Let me stay in the
Don't
bushes
hit the
because
panel, yo. You get too mad.
that was wow.
Wow, we
I
got the clips. We got the clips. I'm like, don't say it.
Ooh, I saw
it
some of it. I didn't
is
see
it
all
is
the
a
rest of
gift
it.
that you have, bro.
Oh,
You really have. That is a skill. I mean, you
oh,
function at the same higher cognitive
oh.
level as I don't know how you could do that. Like Sosa too. Like we function at the same like understanding. How can you like huh?
Cause
Like
you, cause I had to realize, yo, they just vulnerable, yo, and it ain't even no big deal at that point. I had to stop taking it too personal, and that's what it is, yo. Like, I just gotta, as we like you doing, right? You just showing how off they is, and hopefully they're corrected. So, they was presenting evidence and just misreading the shit. It's always that the comprehension and the way you understand it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, yo. I ain't mad at it. It was just funny. I had some fun with it. People those who could see that. Like you read that, it wasn't talking about ancient cultures, bro. It was talking about modern surgery. He was thinking of surgery, of course, surgery in today's world is scientific, but not it wasn't talking.
Oh, that's not the same thing.
it
Your
said
boy
it
did.
said surgery right there.
Yeah, man, he thought it
Wolverine.
was trying to apply it. I was like, no, bro, they ain't had pathology and all that back then, yo.
Like if you read these words, can you contextualize them? Do you synthesize them? You read the word pathology. Do you have a clue what that means?
Yeah,
I don't
You
think
man.
they
can't
read
you
all
can't
of it. They just
you
read the
can't get
first
to
part. They
pathology
think they
without
got it.
germ theory.
I don't think they read
How
all of it though. I don't think they read all those things. They read once they think that paragraph is saying what they're saying. They think that I think they stop after that.
It
Because a
was
lot of
actually.
flawed
time we be like,
methodology,
keep reading, and then when you keep, you know what I'm saying, like,
flawed
Well, this was a
methodology.
couple sentences though. This was actually about 3, 4 sentences. I was like, look, bro, it's you know what I'm saying? And then what I did was I put that in the chat GPT and what I asked I said, chat GPT, is this saying that ancient cultures did not have surgery, right? And or was it talking about modern surgery? And ChatGPT say no. This paragraph is not saying that ancient culture didn't have surgery. It's saying that it's not modern surgery and ba 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 ba. He's like, why you put it in there? I said I wanted to show you that you can have surgery without science, bro. Right? Is it? Yeah, they just overwhooping science, yo. I think maybe we just did a bad job, Sosa, of talking about science. Like we to them, we made science seem to be the greatest thing in the world. I think that's part of it too.
yeah, man.
It is a functional tool. We teach scientific literacy, and they are focusing on the idea of science instead of incorporating the lesson of scientific literacy. Because scientific literacy is the number one thing that we've been displaying throughout all of these presentations. That is the underlying theme. It is scientific literacy. You train your mind to engage with the data in a specific way, not in confirmation bias, not see it says science there. Reggie, the Cambridge article, just read it. Just read it. We do not need to write Cambridge. We do not need to do none of that. All we need to do is read it. Take your time, get a thesaurus, put it in your bot, use the tools we have today, and you can easily understand what's being said. But what you're doing, it says science there. Like you're illustrating your ignorance to the subject matter. And what is even worse is that you have this air of authority, right? Or you present yourself as an heir of authority in the barbershop, right? You get the seal of approval from the heartless lion, right? The emotional Caterini echoes your sentiments, and the truest does this. You see the negative consequences of your actions, your ignorance. Like, it's not personal, but you are a target. My job is to run you out of this community. Because every time I hear these individuals speak, they are speaking after the nonsense you put out. You are not going to prepare a coherent presentation like the truest. You can't. Let's be honest. You can sit up there, squint your eyes, and well, let's see. They had messy observation.
Yeah, I was referring to the other show. I think I left when Ashay and King. Hey man, King J got a. Hey, the debate's over, bro. But he gotta let that shit go. Like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
gotta let that.
Whatever
Yeah,
was said was said, bro. King J, man, let that go, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are already, if they think you won, think you lost, they're not going. You can't reconvince them now. Like, just let it go. Set up another debate, and then get them on something. You know what I'm saying? And then get them on something else, man. But hey, listen though, I think the other dude named Omar, I think he is trying to learn though. I saw him on the other show. He was
oh,
fighting
which
against
one?
Humble.
Which one?
His
Oh my
name Omar
Shaitan.
something.
No, not Shaitan Rob.
Omar
Who?
something. The Muslim dude. He's Muslim. I think he's Muslim.
Yeah. He be
Yeah,
fighting the hell out of him.
yeah. I think he trying. He had quickly. He's trying to learn because he was on a show with Humble. Now they were hitting him with some evolutionary stuff. He couldn't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? He don't know that much about it. He was beating him up on the other pseudo clan, like,
Right.
and then it's Americans, black people beating American. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he think they ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. So he's trying to learn so he can
hmm
argue against some
hmm
of the claims. That's why he asked them type of question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he be playing. That's Omar, yo, from Sarnellas, yo. He be going hard.
Yeah.
He be having fun, yo. He won't. I mean, but yeah, he definitely teachable, yo. I mean, he ain't stuck. I don't think he's stuck.
Yeah, because
Yep.
I would have told him like because observation
Mm.
is not just like so we can observe the sun the same way we can observe black holes, the same way we
Mm-hmm.
observe dark matter. So observation ain't just mean that you look at it and you can see it as happening with your own eyes. We can observe things indirectly or through data or through
Mm-hmm.
genes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that comment you put there.
yeah.
I was making the point you can't see inside the sun directly. That was my point. But how do we know what's inside the sun if we can't see inside of it? I was saying you don't gotta look at the core of the sun you don't gotta look
What?
at the core of the earth to know what's in the core of the earth.
See,
Yeah, but
there's
he was having a
spectrometry.
misconnect. He wasn't connected with observe.
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Yeah,
I hear
so
what
we
you're
can
saying.
Spectrometry,
understand. Yeah,
the
All
tool
right.
used to understand what the sun is made of what kind of elements it contains, is spectrometry. We
Mm-hmm.
understand that elements they radiate at certain frequencies within the visible light spectrum.
Yeah, it's
So
it was
we
burning.
measure and detect the signatures of the elements as they burn. So we can synthesize based on intensity of light. You do a standard deviation. You produce Richting's coefficient, and you can determine the intensity of light. You can determine the quantitative, do a quantitative and qualitative analysis of the composition of the sun.
Yeah. For sure.
And this is
He wouldn't
technology.
understand that, nigga. He wouldn't have got that.
Yeah, we just tell them, we observe it through tools, different ways.
Yeah, tools
Whether
like observation
X-ray,
doesn't require our
radiation.
five senses anymore. We
Yeah.
rely in science. We rely on instruments. Why? Because of the fallibility of our own senses. Right. We have detection patterns. We have biases. We are seeing how when our interlocutors, the barbershop boys, and the rest of them engage, they are engaging with deductive reasoning using their five senses, and they fall flat on their face and they butt up in that hard wall called science every time. Your natural senses is not going to help you in this arena. You cannot deduce your way out of these arguments. And they
And I think
insist
it's
on
though. I think it's also because with dude, like he he had to understand like we don't need a missing link to draw the connections. That's not what I'm saying. We have enough evidence to know without that. You know what I'm saying? And that missing link is like old verbiage. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of been dragged around and kind of misused, but so it's gradual. You know what I mean? There's gradations to it. So, but we don't need to find a fossil. We got the genes. We got the
Yeah,
genetics.
we have
We got enough
genetics now.
that
So
we know.
a fossil find is like a cherry on top, right? Because the genetics says much more than any fossil can. Let's
Right.
be honest, right?
Right. And we
Fossil
got
leaves us.
enough fossils close enough to that break within that 6-7 years ago to have an idea to postulate what
Yeah,
it most probably looked like to some degree. You know what I mean? So we don't need a smoking gun missing link bone or nothing like that.
yeah. Using outdated theological arguments in this arena is not going to take you far, right? Because these things are outdated. Like a fossil find is a cherry on top. It simply is corroborative evidence that matches the genetic data that we have. At this point, it's secondary. Like,
Yeah. But I think they kind of get that part. Even the people that's trying to learn in good faith, they kind of get that part mixed up.
yeah,
They think it's the other way. They think it's the other way around.
yeah, because tangible physical evidence, you understand? Because when we talk about science, we talk about empiricism. So you require evidence, right? But genetic data is evidence, and it's
Right.
much more substantial. The evidence, the quality of that evidence is far greater than any fossil we could find, right? There's a level of subjectivity. The error margin is far greater. Like science knows these things, right? So
Yeah.
they are
But that's why
always going. Yeah,
old boy looks for a humanity. He think he needs a
yeah.
humanity.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
think he needs
exactly.
a humanity to
Exactly.
prove some
If
stuff.
if because if there was that convergent evolution, if there was
Yeah.
convergent evolution, we would have. If
So
there was divergent evolution, we would have found a humanity. But see,
yeah.
because
So
y'all
really,
don't know, that's why we need to
It's
start
such a
looking at
crazy, yo.
convergent evolution, because we don't have the humanity. See, that's what
yeah.
you gotta
So
recognize.
Yeah,
yeah.
that
So
was the craziest conversation I ever had in my life, yo. I said, I ain't doing that no more, yo.
yeah, because I said
Yeah.
I see it the other way around. But your boy Humble Mystic is in the same lane.
Yeah, I'm
Get
trying
him
to
on,
tell him. Oh
get him
my
on the show.
God, humble.
He gonna blow you. Blow your mind. Bro. You're like what?
I am not
That's all of
targeting.
them. All of them get you like that, like the black, like the blackness. What the hell is that? Do y'all
Nah,
understand?
Ashe don't. It's crazy. Humble
Right.
don't agree with Darwinian evolution,
Right.
but God Energy uses Darwinian evolution to make his claims about
Listen,
blackness, and Ashe don't believe in evolution at all. And they all. I don't
Ashe,
understand.
Ashe
I don't
is the
understand how that
last
works.
And
airbender.
then Issa, she messing it up. I'm saying, are you talking about race? No, no, no.
No,
Are you talking
no.
about skin color? She was like, no, you come up here talking about race. We know race is a social construct. We not talking about no skin color. We talking about the blackness. I'm like, what in the hell
What?
is going on, man?
What?
I don't understand how they fit.
Black holeness? The black
Where's they
hole?
looking at?
The
I don't
black
understand
hole.
how they fit. They all like they. One is a ID, intelligent design.
Yeah.
Our energy is using Darwinian evolution to support a social construct, and I say don't believe in none of it.
He said you Darwinian
Listen,
evolution
one
support
say
us so
one
that.
say evolution is like Pokemon. The next one say, "Come
Oh
on,
yeah,
Unc.
yeah,
You tell me the Egyptians didn't know the elements." Unc went straight into H2O. He said, "No, Unc, I'm talking about what? We fight."
You can't do nothing but laugh though, yo. You can't be mad at that, yo.
Listen,
Ah, they knew four of them. That ain't no damn.
listen, listen. The last Airbender and Pokemon, bro. Like, what we talking
Bro,
about?
yeah. So I think it's
who
yeah,
gonna get it first? Which one you think gonna get it? I think the sister gonna get it first. If she just get off the blackness for like an hour, she just
Listen,
gotta throw it away for an hour. She read that
I'm a pull
whole
a pseudo
Sumerian
alert on you.
text.
I'm a pull a
I
pseudo
don't
alert on
think
you.
I don't
I'm
think
a
none
pull
of
a
them will
pseudo
get
alert
it.
on you. Huh?
She gonna get it,
Somebody,
yo.
somebody get the file. Where's the
She,
file? Where's
listen,
the file?
I'll
did y'all
take.
listen to
I'd
that
rather
show?
take
She read the whole
Give
thing.
me JJ 7,000. I'll just take my chances right
I
Yeah, I
there.
got
take
more
my
money on
chance
JJ.
on JJ.
I got more
Yeah,
money
I'm
on
like,
JJ.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. She read a whole medical text talking about the eye, and she was thinking it was blackness, the black skin. I was like, no, you. I said you don't read, you can't read Sumerian, yo. You tripping?
Oh, she reads Sumerian text. She reads
Yeah,
Sumerian.
yo, on that show, I'm gonna get the show. And she called me all kind of names.
The black
She was
hair,
hot.
the black
She
hair,
got
the
hot
black
on that
hair.
show, yo. Yeah, I went in, yo. We started the battle. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna clip it up.
and the underhanded comments from ignoramus, I can't take it. You're gonna do it once or twice, and I'm gonna crash out on you, right?
Who? Homo
And
Ingerot? Which one?
all of them. She's the homo ignoramus. Like
Oh
I,
yeah. She's smart though, but she just ain't there on that. She definitely intelligent though.
Yeah,
yeah,
you know,
I think
just
all of them
being,
are. I think
being
all of them
smart.
actually
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
huh?
but just being smart, and intelligent is not going to help you.
yeah. We
Not
got
gonna
our
help you.
file on you, huh?
A lot of
Yeah,
people
they'll
are
get it.
smart.
They gonna
You
wake
keep
up one day and say, "Damn, my intelligence can't
talking
help
like
me in
that.
this."
A lot of people are
Keep
smart and
talking like
intelligent,
that.
but it's
That
about
file is
how
gonna
you
keep getting big.
navigate through your bias. Uh, well, what's your research process like? I mean, so you
Yeah,
can be as
right, bro.
intelligent as you want. If all those things are in error, you never
Yeah,
gonna.
it's not gonna
Yeah,
help. It's gonna make it worse for you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Confirmation bias,
yeah.
poor research methodology,
Mhm.
comprehension issues. And I'm not saying you can't read, but there are steps. You can't miss these steps, right? I read that article just now, and it was clear. The whole structure of the article. I can
Which
see the
one?
umbrella.
Which one? Which
The
one?
one from Britannica, which Reggie can't read. It is
Oh
an
yeah, Reggie
umbrella.
done. Yeah. He
It's an
talking about
umbrella.
Cambridge.
They
He
talk
argue
about
about Cambridge.
or Cambridge, ancient
Lying, nigga.
application of
Cambridge
knowledge,
ain't say that,
and they
nigga.
clearly make the distinction, illustrating the telescope, the microscope, and the Geiger meter. You know what a Geiger meter is? That
Yeah.
measures radiation from from nuclear fallout. Are you thinking that that's a linear line from? Come on, man, get out of here, ridiculous.
Yeah, Reggie MIA. Well, just like I told you, huh? MIA.
He been my
Yeah,
hey, he was up there talking about the he was on some other show doing the show last night talking about
yeah.
Holy Ghost.
talking about the Holy Ghost guy. He was on
Oh,
that. He left science, so he realized that shit tough.
Talking to the
get out of
Holy
here.
Ghost.
Yeah,
What?
it's a holy of a guy called the Holy Ghost. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
for the person. Oh, all right, all right, all right. All right. It's like, what the hell?
Oh man. Yeah, I think I think they think because they are intelligent that that's going to translate. That's not. You got to actually understand the language that scientists use. You got to understand the things are very, very counterintuitive, and they just think I'm a crazy nigga, boy. They be like, "No way, yo! You saying the word science right there don't mean science? Goodness gracious!" They think I'm just gone, yo. Think I'm gone, bro. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wow.
Said, you know, I get it. I get it. I get it. They don't understand historiographical labeling. I get it.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
yeah.
You know what
They
I'm
should
saying?
look it up though. They should look
Yeah,
that up.
with a logical deduction, if you're engaging from a philosophical, from a uh, uh, natural philosophy standpoint, where you use deductive reasoning, you are going to put up in this hard wall. You cannot use deductive reasoning. You need to get your hands dirty. You need to dig in the data. You need to put in the work. You need to become empirical. You cannot make it up. You are going to lose these arguments and look silly. Like Humble is getting emotional because, like, you're just standing there, like, no, but that's not it. Come on.
Yeah, I
Let
ain't seen that part. I think I left right about that, right somewhere around there. I think
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Shay said gave a couple commentary. You know what I'm saying? And then I think I left right around there. So.
Yeah, when the whole surgery thing, I was like, okay, I'm good now. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you didn't,
I saw that part. I saw they pull
if
the
you
surgery.
didn't, if you don't understand what you just read, bro, I can't help you. Like
Yeah, they
you're
kept
reading
doing
it,
it.
you're reading it.
I get it though, yo. But I mean, look, bro. I know where to look a word up when I'm reading the fucking thing. I know when to say, okay, I gotta look this word up. I mean, but I don't know. It's just we get the way we get what's going on, man. Right? And if you got a bias, yo, oh my, that's gonna kill you, yo. That's gonna kill you, bro. Reading the words, yo.
Yeah,
Man, it's gonna kill you dead all the way. Gonna have you looking silly in them streets, reading a whole paragraph. But I'm ashamed of Reggie. Though Reggie I'm just ashamed, yo. He gotta knock it off, yo.
Well,
He gonna take Cambridge science and mess it up.
yeah. I see Babylon done. I heard Babylon done for the first time. I ain't never heard. He was on the debate league phone. Like he said,
I heard him before. He
yeah,
came over on our channel. You remember being on our channel? He used to come up all the
yeah.
time.
I
Then he got
remember.
beat half to death.
He said it's not shown nor proven that evolution over time led to progress over time. What is a circular argument? Vicious circle. Evolution is de-evolution from
What?
original to
Yeah,
average.
yeah,
Yeah.
devolution, and he comes up with devolution and all that weird
Oh,
stuff,
he was drunk. He
as
be
if
drunk, yo.
evolution, has a direction. So if evolution had a positive direction, then you can talk about devolution. But evolution is it has no direction. Everything is evolving, and it's based on natural pressures, and it's your ability to survive. So if this format doesn't function and we evolve into something else, that's not devolution. That's evolution consistently because you adapt to survive in your environment. Why? And it happens population wise. So what is devolution? Those are you're making a natural process into a quantitative thing. You're quantifying evolution by means of giving it a direction, right? You're solidifying evolution in a direction by opposing devolution when that is totally outside the conceptualization of what we're talking about. That is wild. He said that a couple of times, and there's no there. There's nothing to entertain there other than ignorance. Like, yeah, when you say that kind of stuff,
Yeah. I forgot. There's a. I can't remember the phrasing. There's a another sign. He uses a term similar, but he don't use it for that. He uses it to he got a coin term to use to describe how our bodies evolved, are better suited as hunter gatherers and how the world we live in now is basically have negative effects on us because of how we evolved as hunter gatherers. I
yeah,
forgot the word he used though. I don't want to say this shit wrong.
deterioration.
Now he got like his own coin term he used to it.
Oh, you gotta check that out. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a modern way of living is has a negative impact on how we evolve. We don't walk enough. We eat too much. Yeah,
Yeah, we agree that we all think scientifically. That's not an issue. Yeah. The problem is that when they see scientifically, they take that to mean that the people are doing science. You can,
yeah.
I can be,
Scientific,
I can think
scientific.
scientifically about, putting together my plans for tomorrow,
Yeah,
structuring my workout. I have a real scientific approach to my workout.
yeah.
You know what I mean? The method is like it's methodical. Yeah, but
That's what that means,
yeah,
right? And people are always that again. Without that foundation of rationality, there is no today. Without us being able to transfer information from one generation to the next, There is no today, and that needed to be systemized. Why? You had no pen and paper. You couldn't write it down somewhere and they could figure it out. So you have to structure and systematically pass that information on from generation to generation. That is being scientific. Repetitive, like to observe and understand the sky as a calendar, you needed to engage in a certain amount of repetitive and structured analysis, right? You needed to be there every night for years observing this phenomena to accurately create a narrative and create a correlation between it. It wasn't innate. We need to develop that. And we develop those things based on your rationality. Tools are developed and built based on your rationality, primarily. And that is scientific, right?
Okay, yeah,
Blame
and I got the word
plasticity.
too.
Yeah,
It's
go
called
ahead.
dis disevolution.
This evolution.
Disevolution. Yeah, so he
Yeah.
called like his coin term defined as bad evolution. So it says it's a dynamic where mismatched diseases like obesity, type 2 diabetes, and acne persist because we treat symptoms rather than adapt to our environment or change the underlying causes. So that's kind of referred to as disevolution. So he says to argue that our genes evolved for different environmental scarcity. We now live in an environment of excess, causing gradual harmful changes. So that's his.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yep.
got a
Yeah,
good book
that's a
too
fact.
called I think that's in the book called Exercise. Guy, his name is Daniel Lieberman. He's an Exercise or Evolution of the Human Body. Both of those are good books. If anybody listening want to read that book by Daniel Lieberman.
Sabio, welcome to the program. First, before you get in, I want your analysis. Did you see the show? What you think about the show? What you think about the format? Will you be using the format to address any type of claims you want to address in the future? The format is there. Once we operate within the format, you can always use this platform to dissect any specific claim that you want to in the lab. You got the floor, Sabio.
What up, Sid? What up, Unc? What up, Sosa? Yeah, I did see. I didn't see all the show. I'm not gonna sit here and say I saw it all because I was late. I didn't see it until I stopped watching the game. So I caught you at the end, and I think from what I saw, I think it's a good format. I'll have to go back and watch the show to give you a full opinion. But from what I saw, from what I've been hearing, it seems like it's a good format to use. I don't know if I would use it, but it sounds like a good format. I'm not gonna say I would use it or not though, because I haven't fully looked at it.
Mm. I create certain structures, certain guidelines to keep the conversation scientific, to make the information have some quality, right? So it is the way you dissect it. We can dissect these videos just by playing them and just off the cuff, right? It's not hard to do, but I think when you synthesize the material and you have a structure and you have a particular pattern in which you attack claims, it teaches the people the process of being scientifically literate. I think that is my primary goal with creating structures like this, like a lab structure. It is teaching people how to apply a certain rigor in how they deal with claims, how they falsify claims, how they actually engage with data. So I use every opportunity to teach. Pedagogy is my thing. So
So,
it's
so you say you gave a guideline, like a rubric, basically on how to go through claims and how you should address them and things like that,
yeah,
instead of just jumping to a conclusion based off of what you read.
yeah, the show is formatted like that, right? So we start with playing the actual clip. So we hear the claims being made. While the clip is while we're doing that, of course, you could go into real time analysis. You this information synthesize. Uh, Say the claim clearly, and then I do a slide presentation where again you highlight the claims made, you steel man them, and then you go through the pathology, the methodology. You dissect it. You look at the fallacies in general. You assess the methodology, and you reach to a conclusion. And the second half of the show is where I actually throw the panel open, where you can actually come and defend your the claim made against you, or individuals can come and argue a particular methodology or a particular conclusion, right? So it's creating a combative but academic environment. And I think today was a good exercise, and I hope people use this format because it allows us to take an academic approach, a scalpel to these claims and completely dissect them, right? And you can see the flaws. I pull
I can
actual sources, their actual sources. Include them into the presentation, but you can clearly see
Yeah,
the
you got to find a
lack
way
of
to
comprehension.
get his a little when you do the share screen, a way to
Yeah,
get that one to be bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like his presentation, we couldn't see that good, but the other sources we can see, like the Oxford Encyclopedia Britannica, we can see that good. We can see good, but the when you had to share his screen, what's being shown on that screen, that was a little harder.
yeah, yeah.
I don't
So
know. I
I
don't know
did
if
it
I don't know if we
primarily
can
for
make it bigger.
I did it primarily for the audio, so you could actually
Oh,
hear the
okay.
claims
Yeah.
because I write down the claims then in the presentation. But yeah, I was trying to get better video, but I put this show together today, so so I'll be working on some more graphics and take your time and actually
Yeah,
download the
yeah, yeah.
videos.
I see you work with CapCut. I'm gonna work with CapCut too. It's actually
Yeah,
pretty easy. I'm
yeah,
working
yeah.
on it.
CapCut.
Yeah. Once I get comfortable, I'm gonna go ahead and just buy it. Like
Listen.
600 watermarks off. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
I'm writing with
we
CapCut
need
stuff.
Sosa's world. Yeah, we need Sosa's world back, man. That type of environment, that chill, laid back environment where and I like how you go into the psyche of people. That's an art form, right? In real time. I don't have the patience for it, but I enjoy how you do it. It's fascinating to me. So we need Sosa's world.
Yeah, yeah,
Chill.
I'm working on it
We
right
need the
now.
brain show. We need the brain show back, Malcolm. At the end of this show, I'm going to advertise your show for tomorrow again. So I'm putting the pressure on all the pseudo
I'm
killers.
going live tomorrow.
Yeah, he got to do that
Oh,
hard
oh.
show. He has a test thing up. He said he was doing a show this weekend. I'm gonna keep the pressure on everybody because
He
I
got a
want
what? He got a what up? He did a little
The
test.
show that's supposed to
yeah
do a show
the
this
Med
weekend.
show. Yeah,
Oh, that was him with the testing thing I saw.
yeah, that was him with the test.
Oh,
Yeah. They
okay.
set
I'm
me up.
all right. I thought you did
Yeah.
that. All right, all right,
So
all right.
shout out
Hey,
to Malcolm.
hey, Sosa, your show attract a lot of kings and a lot of damn roaches too. You gotta take roach spray on your show.
It is what it is.
You gotta bring some raid with you.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Remember we,
I don't really care.
Can I be the
I'm more
exterminator?
concerned with how a person dialogues is more important for me. Like, whether it doesn't matter if I'm talking to Graham Hancock and Neil deGrasse Tyson, the dialogue needs to be all the dialogue is crisp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
so you think Babylon done gonna have a crispy dialogue? Come on,
I
man. You be
don't know
drinking
about
bourbon,
Babylon.
yo.
I don't know about
You
Babylon done.
Get to
you know
drinking
what?
bourbon. You
And,
get to
and you
drinking
I've
know
never,
what?
bourbon.
listen, I've never had a conversation with him before. I've
Ah,
never had
you ain't
any.
never had a
Good,
conversation with her? Oh,
good. Don't
ridiculous.
I mean,
please
I
Ridiculous.
don't
heard him on the show,
please.
but I wasn't on the show.
Babbling done. That's what
Babbling
I
done,
call it.
yo. He wow.
Babbling done.
Yeah, I heard some, but he was tripping. He was tripping, but I
Yeah.
never
Look
heard
at his
him.
name, yo. He didn't spell his name right. Look at the name.
Oh, that's his style. Everything at Babylon done. How you do it? How you do it?
Babble done. Crazy,
I
man.
would like to get Lex up there, though. I want Lex to do what JJ 7000 did. I'm
But
gonna
you
ask me
know,
100 questions, lay your whole presentation out, and then we'll critique that shit. And then you
but
can
I
Yeah.
figure it.
remember
You feel me?
but I remember when these conversations started
Oh, and
getting
put that back up there. He said, here, what? Mathematician? Put that back up, Cedric. You know what I'm
Mathematician and
saying?
the quantities of greater or less have no.
I'm a mathematician. And what?
This
I'm a
nigga talk about he
mathematician
said the
and
vibe. He don't even understand. He said I'm a mathematician and quantities of greater or less. Because
greater
he talked
lesson.
about evolution. I said evolution in terms of greater or less is crazy. Because I was saying the environment ultimately chooses which trait is best. This is a fact.
The environment chooses is nonsense. The environment is not. What the hell is going on? It's called radiation Babylon done.
I think he talking about something. I don't know where he got. He made a comment about evolution, and he was
Drunk.
saying like he made a comment like
He's a creationist.
basically he was saying like
he think we
like
magic
the original
people.
evolution, whatever comes from that is lesser.
Well, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
He think
I
we
was
magic
saying that.
people.
He think it's running out. He said he think it's running out like a bottle of ink, and every time it changes, you add less, you add to it, and it thinning out. Yeah, he tripping.
He said a copy or mixture is not better than its source. The
Yeah, he
evolution
bugged out.
cannot be higher than its source.
Yeah, he bugging.
So that's
he
why I made
bugged
that
out.
comment like you tripping. Yeah.
So
Ken crazy. Ken.
Nah, let him live. Let him live.
Let
Bro.
that man live and talk reckless, yo. Let him live.
Yeah, shit.
So I remember
all the odds is good. As long as they ain't being disrespectful.
I remember when the
Ken crazy,
conversation
brother.
started switching up.
Yeah, haters gonna show up. Sometimes haters be more loyal than the people supporting.
Oh, you ain't lying. Boy, I got loyal haters, yo. You're right about that statement.
Flash show up at every Unk show. In Flash, ATL boy, when you go live, they there, bro. Guaranteed.
And just hate the whole show.
Just hate.
You lie.
They can't wait to go live. They check everything. Let me see Unk live.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. They be on me, boy.
So,
and he's starting to get hard to get on the panel. I like that.
Yep.
So the conversation started switching when people just started saying we should just have the conversation. You know, that's when it just started becoming. We don't care. People didn't care about a source. People just able to get up on these panels and say whatever.
Yeah, I don't like that style. That ain't never been my style, yo.
We want to naturally philosophize.
Just make it up.
Make it
Creative
up.
freedom.
That's why That's why I said I want Lex to do what Jada 7000 did.
Lex ain't gonna do it. He's front, man. He'll never do it.
You gotta call him out.
Come on, Lex.
Shit. We gonna let you do you got your whole time. Run your mouth.
Show. You get the flow. Like
we get to take your arguments and then get at you. Yeah. Get your sources. You ain't gotta ask me 50 questions about nah. You sit up and answer 100 questions.
Yeah, we're gonna call. That's what we're gonna do, man. You're gonna do that presentation and see if you
look. See, Babylon done. He wanted to get dogs become dogs and do not evolve with anything else at all. I'm saying he one of them guys too.
What did he say? Hold on. What let me see. What Babylon
dogs become dogs and do not evolve into anything else at all.
Yeah, man.
Now, but if we was gone, it was nothing but dogs. It was millions of years. It may not be what you think it is no more. It might be something totally different.
Yeah, that's not
for the word dog. You don't believe in evolution, but you use the word dog.
Yeah, they can end up going back to the water, bro.
Call it something
else. Yeah, crazy, right?
When you use dog, that is part of evolution. If you say dog, you're talking about evolution. The white man science, but the Egyptians had science.
Right.
Egyptians
were right. Yo. That's a conundrum. And that's a conundrum. The white man science, but the Egyptians had it.
Look, he says show one evolutionary improvement. Like what was it?
What? No such thing, nigga.
Just what works.
Evolutionary improvement.
Yeah, no such thing there, bro. It's not improvement.
There's no improvement in evolution.
That's a faulty premise, bro.
Is the word. Your environment. Adaptation is not necessarily improvement. Just like dominant doesn't mean better. Like y'all confused.
Dan it what works barely too. Like barely would work. Like it's just good enough.
Yeah, just good enough.
It's good enough.
It don't gotta be nothing. It don't gotta be perfect. Just work good enough. Like that daggone that vein that connect our vocal cord.
Laryngeal nerve.
Yep. The larynx. Yep. The larynx is crazy. Our larynx cord, whatever the hell the cord is called, to your heart.
The laryngeal nerve.
Yeah, boy. It's doing a whole lot when it could just go from right there to right there, yo.
That is a perfect case of building on top of existing framework.
That's all it do.
Yeah, because if you were going to redesign it, you would have simply plugged it out, pass it around, and stick it back in.
A platypus is insane. Like they thought that somebody had stitched that together when they found this platypus.
Yeah.
They
Did it?
thought they were looking.
Yeah.
They were looking for the stitches
A mammal
to see
with
where they connected them at. See, they thought it was so parts together.
with a beak of a duck.
It lay eggs. A mammal that lay eggs and milk and
Has
secretes milk through the skin.
has poison like a reptile.
Right.
That,
Yeah, the platypus was a conundrum through the whole science world all for a long time.
Yeah.
it
I
still
remember
don't make
that.
no sense.
It
It's
secretes
still
milk.
don't.
It secretes milk through its skin. It just secretes milk.
Right.
And they eat those. That's crazy.
And it got a bill. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a
built like a
mammal.
duck, mammal, lays eggs, and is poisonous and has how you say venom glands.
What is that?
What?
What is what? Evolution don't care.
What?
Just gotta work. That's gotta
It
work.
just gotta work.
I got a slide I gotta find, man. You know when Dawkins and them talk about how everybody look like their mother and father all the way back to millions of years. And if you can just think of it that way, you'll get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? If you think of it like that, everybody look like their parents, yo.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Crazy if you did.
Yeah. It's not even people think it's a jump. It's not even a jump like that.
Nope.
Right? You look at your kids, yo. Your kids look like you, yo, but they don't look exactly like you, though, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I also explain it like when you look at your kids grow, like you don't actually see them growing. It's so gradual.
Oh yeah, you don't.
There's a certain time period you're like, dang, you got bigger.
Yeah,
but it's so gradual, you can't even see the change happen in real time. It's too gradual.
Nope, too gradual. You don't see it.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I ain't gonna lie. I seen my damn son grow. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga grew in the last year, yo. He went from 5'6" to 6 foot. It was the most craziest, retarded thing ever.
Yeah, you get that little growth spurt, but that
was real. That was crazy.
You have a growth spurt, yeah. But it happened like it'll be noticed like, damn, hold on, bro, you getting a little. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks go by, because you getting, was it me? Or?
Yeah, you was like, yeah, that's crazy, bro. I thought I was good. I thought I was shrinking.
Yeah, but imagine like also his face is changing too. And you get little things happening in his face.
Yeah.
You didn't even see it, but so gradual. And then a month from now, you be like, damn, wait, no.
I'm thinking I'm a stay. Remember, Sadie say, "When was Grandma a platypus?" I was like,
who said that?
Sadie, yo, he was in there cracking jokes when you was beating him up on the corner. I need to run that back again, yo.
That was Grandma.
What's good, Gullah?
Evolution.
What's good with it? I said I heard y'all talking about evolution. What's cracking, y'all? I just got back. I just got back from seeing Michael.
Y'all wow. Y'all went to see that. Y'all wild out.
I appreciate the younger generation getting the chance to experience Michael Jackson. Even in the cinema. I'm gonna rub it in. I saw Michael live twice in Ahoy in the arena.
His nephew did a good job though. His nephew really did a good job portraying him though.
Yeah, y'all wild out. I can see that when they get on the TV.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I got kind of cringe when Bubbles popped up. I'm like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? I know better than that. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened, and exactly what happened later. He had to get Bubbles away because you can't keep no chimp as no pet, yo. They too close to us, and they too damn smart.
Yep.
Oh yeah, something like what happened?
That's like slavery, yo. You know?
Yep.
You said the Michael Jackson movie would have Bubbles. They were dealing with Bubbles.
No, they had Bubbles as a baby in there, but you know what I'm saying. But you know the outcome of it. You know, he had to get Bubbles up. Bubbles when he wilded out when he got older, as predictable. You know what I'm saying, as usual.
Yeah, because he feel like you're not treating him like one of the family, right?
Yeah, treating me like a pet. I'm not a pet.
Everything has to be equal. And he said, I heard that they don't do well with long, like you can't just leave and come back.
No,
like that don't work. You know what I'm saying? That's not how their social bond system works. You just be gone and then for days and show
you talking about, bro? Bro, you talking about having a pet that can develop alcoholism, a pet that can that can get a damn addiction to Percocets or some shit. You know what I'm saying? and
Yeah,
and and they can get and they can have a you know what I'm saying? Excuse my friend, but they can have a pornography addiction too.
yeah, I've seen
You
that.
have a what?
I'm saying like their social,
Pornography.
what is their social structure.
What is going
Yeah,
on
like
on this show? What?
like
No, he's
it was
talking about there's a study they did that showed that like monkey enjoy porns. Like they teach them how to get coins to put coins in
Oh,
to decide
yeah,
what they want, and so
but that
monkeys
was
will spend money to watch like the hind parts of other monkeys. Like 'cause they just,
but it was one incident. It was an accident. You know what I'm saying? He got it like he had the porn, but he was looking at that porn and he got attracted to one of his handlers with this blonde hair lady and stuff. So he wanted that lady. 'Cause he was looking at
oh
all
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That was crazy.
yeah, but there's a study like that though. They say like they do the same thing. That whenever they spend their money, they spend it either watch the hind parts of females, or they spend the money to watch
When they
like
go in estrus.
or they spend it to watch like the upper class, the apes, the chimps that are higher, up in the hierarchy, like same shit like we do. Like you
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
the
yeah.
stars, they're gonna spend their coin to see like
Babylon done. If you want to ask also the question, there's a link. Jump on the panel. It is called the Gauntlet part of the show, right?
evolution.
Don't stay in the chat, be a chatty patty. This is the Gauntlet. You can come and fight it out, bro. This is the Gauntlet part of the show.
Shit.
You either jump up here and get in the Gauntlet, right? Get that fight going.
Evolution
And stop asking
selection
weird question in
for
the damn
change.
chat.
Let's
Stop
go.
asking weird question in the chat because that question makes no sense. So come up here, clarify yourself, ask a question, and see if we can answer it or beat you up. It's either way, the link's right there.
Babylon done don't want that smoke. Babylon done don't want that smoke. You know what I'm saying?
He don't want that smoke. He stay in the chat next to these weird questions.
Yeah, like I said, I had never heard. I heard him on debate thing, debate stage thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shout out to Titan Debate League. They seem to have a pseudo connector going on over there.
Oh yeah, because you know it's debate, so you know slows and you know what I mean. Ain't no guardrails, so there's a debate. So shit.
Debate anything.
The wilder the
The
better.
argument.
What I do enjoy is sometimes in the late night, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I be like, shit, let me see what these got. I just be a fly on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just go over there and fight. You feel me? So
yeah. Look,
yeah.
I can't go. I can't go over there, yo. Like I
I
go over.
can't go over there. It's too stupid.
I went over there, but you know what I'm saying. I can't go over there too much. Like you, I gotta be in and out with this.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
probably
it's
real
too
quick. You
stupid.
know what I'm saying? But because you know, old boy be over there too, huh? Ben be over there clowning and stuff, man. Baby will have a good old laugh over there, man.
King J be over there.
Yeah, King J over there now. He
Yeah,
was
he over
debating.
there now.
Humble over there right now. I've seen that dude GD Capone somewhere before.
On
That other
Garfield
dude. I
panel
think
and
that's the
over
dude you
there.
talking about. Said
Listen, the
Sadiq Rock.
super pseudo contention. Don't worry. Don't worry. Y'all see this platform here, right? That means all y'all pseudo claim gonna get examined.
Yeah, you know what I mean. There's no need for a pseudo killer. There ain't no pseudos.
Trying to get me to eat him, huh?
I think let them live because it's about content, right? So I scour these YouTube streets, and there's gonna be more shows
Wow.
like this when I clip y'all up and dissect y'all in on the autopsy table, right? This show is called The Lab. So go on ahead, make y'all wild claims. Humble, I heard you. That nonsense you were speaking. You won't- I heard everything, but I don't react. I respond, right? And this is how I'm do this because I'm gonna dissect y'all. So when I'm done with you, you're done. It's an autopsy. That means you're already dead. If you live,
Let me ask y'all
you
a
put your
question.
name in the
He
chat. You know you're dead.
done threw his gun. He done threw his gun.
They threw his gun all out. Oh,
He's scared.
Babylon done threw his gun.
Yeah, he's scared. Bro, just say you're scared, bro. You ain't gotta do all that type. Just say I'm scared, bro. That's lay less. I'm scared at Babylon done, bro. We ain't gotta do all that. You know how you do.
Man, listen,
Let-
you
Hey, let
gotta
me
be.
ask y'all a question. Let me ask
Go
y'all a
ahead.
quick question.
Yeah.
When humans are animals of what they say, habit, creatures of
Yeah,
habit, right?
survival.
It is hard. I think it's very hard for us to separate our world as we look back into the ancient world. I actually think that's very, very hard to do. So you can't imagine a world where somebody would cut somebody open without the modern scientific tools and the scientific information that we have, right? They can't imagine that world, especially when you can see like the scalpel and different tools that they use today at just high level, different grades of steel and stuff like that. But those basic, you see a lot of those basic tools, right? So it's actually let me ask you, do y'all actually think that's the part they can't fathom, yo? Like they can't imagine them people doing surgery without signs, like it doesn't make sense to them. They not understanding what type of surgery they just hear the word surgery and they all fall apart. Like they hear the word science. Yep. So do y'all think I think that's the issue. They can't separate the world they live in when projecting back onto the ancient world. What y'all think?
I mean, I don't see why not. What I'm saying when you look at a skeleton, they still got holes in their head from brain surgery. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that that's something different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got to know that that's crude brain surgery at best. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it ain't been that long ago before we got our medicine down pat, bro. Shit, you can go back 200 years and the shit look crazy.
Crazy. Whacked
Medicine
out.
was insane. You know what I'm
Yeah. Yep. Ain't been that long. 125 years we learned more about the cosmos than we did in 300,000 years. And then we got stand up for your people, Pan African James.
saying? African lame in the building. African lame. Those I think a pop through to take a shot.
Pop up, take a shot, man.
It is called the debate. This is called the gauntlet phase of the show. James. You always hit the panel and come and state your case. You get the floor. You got the big screen. You get it all out, and then you get subjected to the lab where we dissect whatever it is you were
Let's
saying.
change y'all link, Pan African lame. Teach us. Teach us.
Yeah, come. You
You
got the
ain't
floor,
read
bro.
one Britannica article, paragraph, or nothing. You just out there freestyling with some chat GPT.
Put you
AI
up
with
on
it.
the big screen. Put you up on the big screen, and you get do your
Just
thing. I think
give me
Sosa
what I
got them clips.
noticed.
I think Sosa got them clips. Hey Sosa, you you got the laugh, you got the clips, you
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
dissect James.
I got to do another show. It's long, man. That shit there. You
Yeah, we're gonna shoot you
need to
up,
be to sit
Pan
down.
African James.
Yeah, you got to be to sit down and really get the popcorn. Just,
Yeah, we got the
uh,
proper format here. We got the
Hey,
ignorance is
live.
beautiful. Ignorance is beautiful.
hey, Pan African James, we're gonna shoot you up, man. No pun intended.
Hit the lane, man. Hit the lane. Hit the lane.
Hit that link, man.
Yeah,
Everybody, listen. Y'all thought we didn't hear. Y'all thought we didn't see. No, we do not react. We respond. We dissect you. That means when you reach to the lab, you're already dead. It's an autopsy. When you
All right,
see
man.
your
It's
name,
12:30. I
when
gotta
you
get up
see
early
your,
tomorrow.
when you see your name
I'm
on the
out of here,
panel,
fellas.
all right, appreciate you. God killer, what do you think of the show though? What do you think of the format?
No, I like it, man. We got some things we gotta tighten up a little bit. We'll talk to
Yeah,
you in the
yeah,
thing, but I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. All right,
I
all right.
like the format. They will be scared to death. Need to get up here. Babylon, Babylon the nun. Yeah, I mean, crazy. Hit the damn panel. Chatty in
Yeah,
the patty.
the link is right there.
James is too scared to death. He's shaking. James used to have more heart than that. He lost his heart. As the conversation got deeper,
How
yo,
to
he
get
got
beat up? He can't
he
do
get
that
tired of
either.
getting beat up. Yeah.
scared for this type of conversation.
Yeah, he functions in the confusion. The fact that he's gonna have the floor for himself, the big screen to get it all out, so we can dissect him in the lab. He doesn't want that kind of treatment in real time.
Smash Down retired. He ain't got no platform. You know, he also no base. He smashes in the National Hip Hop Museum Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he definitely ain't jumping out there getting shot by us no more.
Smash Down retired. He ain't got nowhere to go, man. He out there like a dog on the street.
Why you so mean, Sosa?
Nightwalker.
Somebody gonna adopt you, bro. Somebody gonna adopt you. Give you a home again.
Turn away from your evil ways.
Shout out to Smash Scamware.
Oh man, we started that shit again.
So you know what time
what time it is. He's a scam god, straight lying on the glyphs. He's a scam god.
Yo, you crazy. I ain't even gonna laugh at that, man.
He in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, museum. That's dope, man.
The scam gods in the Hall of Fame. Shout out to Smash. Smash birthed my rapping career. Like, you thought the pseudo killers wasn't gonna strike back, by all means necessary.
Oh no, Smash down way though. Smash down way the white flag, man. He done way the white flag. He done let the whole channel go. It was over.
Yeah.
Hey, hip hop, he going into the thing.
So is the way of all that attempts to keep them from shooting.
Where Wu-Jai stuck on Facebook.
They couldn't handle it. He left
it be known.
Robert Green, Pan African J. Like, I can't leave my fate.
Robbie.
Pan African J, Robert Green, these guys.
Robbie Clown, yeah, that should be crazy. Y'all had the classic. Y'all gonna look at that and critique it? Hell no, it's blur shit.
Yeah. 2 hours of straight blur shit. It's crazy.
Yo, we had some moments in that conversation right there, yo. God.
Black Egypt.
I mean, that was a wow. Hey, yo, man, that's a wow.
That's a fact.
That was a wow. And even when they thought they was winning, when they used the clips and all that, you be like, man, the clips don't even agree with you. It's crazy.
He never thought he was winning. He had to do something. He had to convince them that they was winning.
Oh, man.
He knew. Yeah.
And Wishmacom was still talking reckless, yo.
Who?
His main man, Apple Scrapple. Remember, I caught him in the comments talking crazy.
Sadiq.
Yeah, Sadiq lost. Yeah, Sadiq mad. Sadiq is definitely mad.
He would do there. Hyrule.
Yeah.
Sadiq. Sadiq will go down with the ship. I respect.
He going down with the ship. God respect it. You gonna go down with the rudder.
Yeah, he ain't no turning back. Sadiq ain't no turning back.
He's still trying to say, yeah, we got go ahead with that.
Damn, people still on it.
Nah, yeah, Sadiq be in the chat. He tried to jump on Wishmacom side on the signs off. See, they did us like that too.
Wow.
They did us like that too.
Wow.
Yeah.
They did us like that too. I'm glad y'all can see it. They did us like that too. I said, Jesus Christ.
He'll disagree, but we'll still chop it up. He'll still chop it up when we decide, even though we disagree.
What did we do?
I'm gonna call him up tomorrow. I'm gonna call Sadiq up tomorrow. He'll still chop it up.
Yeah, he cool.
Man, we never was talking about race.
It's crazy. He the one gave us a video.
Which video? Which one?
The one with the saw and the lady.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why that didn't even help the cause. Like, he gave us a video that was detrimental.
To
that argument.
Kind of like their source today,
Oh, they was there. That was crazy, yo. You ran them into a motherfucking brick wall running 100 miles an hour, fucking with you.
That was gonna do. You don't know what a damn telescope costs.
Oh boy, it is.
They need to catch up.
Chief, tell us, man, you drinking that Thunderbird. He be drinking Thunderbird. I can tell a nigga drink Thunderbird, yo.
Damn.
Yeah, and he got that big boy joint. And he got that real deal, like you got that. You gotta love it type
He
telescope.
said somebody got
Yeah.
a cheap telescope.
Yeah,
Wow.
he drink his Thunderbird and look through that motherfucker when the bottle empty. He got a bird scope,
Like he
yo.
a pirate. Like he a
Yeah,
pirate.
yes,
He,
sir.
he got a he got a kaleidoscope, yo. Colors.
Damn.
Oh man.
Babylon dun. Chip. Dun. Yeah, but good show though, said it, man. We had a 2-hour mark. I ain't gonna hold you
Yeah,
up.
we had a 2-hour mark.
Great subject
Yep.
one.
That's a cutoff point. We try to keep the shows within 2 hours. Sometimes they go a little bit over, but for replay quality, 2-hour mark is pretty much good. We're gonna do some adjustments, some fine tuning to the format. Of course, I just did a rough run. We're gonna take it back to the Pseudo Killers Lab in the Discord, chop it up. So most likely we'll be back Saturday night again with another episode of the lab where we take claims from the community and methodologically dissect them in real time, point out where the errors are, and by this means, help increase the scientific literacy in the community. Gullah, I'm putting you on the spot when we get in our monkey show.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I'm working on it in the morning, so I'm gonna let y'all know by noon. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta finish the beginning parts of it. I got the body of it done. Just gotta get my introduction to the apes. You know what I'm saying? Get some of my visionaries done. But I'm gonna work on it all morning tomorrow. I'm free, so by noon I'm gonna let you know what's up.
All right, folks. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be interesting. It
So
is
so so
basically,
so so I heard this the lab. So we turning the ops to lab rats in here.
yeah,
Guinea
lab
pigs.
rats. Yeah, guinea pigs. At the point that they reach here, it's dissection time. So they're already dead. This is autopsy, post-mortem.
Wow. Get
Save your,
what get what they call lobotomy. This like the lobotomy. We're gonna take their brain out. Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, check the format. We illustrate. We put the video out, making the claims hard. We steel man their claims in the presentation, and we systematically break them down. Right. So we look at the fallacies, we look at the pathology, and then we do an assessment. And then we do a peer review, and we reach some conclusion. Either your claim is accepted, your hypothesis is correct. The errors you detected or the call out you did was of quality, or your claim is rejected. And as y'all see today, step by step, the claims made by the Truest was once again dissected. So now the Truest is 0 for 2. He swung at Gullah. He missed significantly. He took a swing at me, and he wasn't even in the ballpark. Right? We were operating on two different levels. We were talking about the architecture, the design, and this man is sitting there waiting for us to dump the concrete so he could use his saw and his hammer. Right? We're having two different levels of conversation. Hope that was clear tonight. So see you guys on Monday, 4:30, for the next installment of Set Talks, where we dissect and go into David Hume and his contributions to the establishment of the scientific method. Sabio, you got any last closing words?
Yeah, I just want to say to all the pseudos out there, y'all better start reading for comprehension and not for confirmation.
Facts.
Peace.
Facts. And with that, folks, I'm going to take us out with this one. This is the new theme song for this production.
Subject identified, literature cross-referenced. Pseudo killer, the lab is open. The incision is precise, I don't argue with advice. I just paralyze the fallacy and sacrifice the heist. Check the methodology, through the epistemology, through the intellectuals or the cultural and apology. High intensity, high contrast, dissecting the forecast. Looking through the lens where the shadows of the ghost past. Verify the source, man, I'm staying on the course. Applying academic pressure with a concentrated force. Through the reticle, descended on the error in your premise. Clinical with lyric, I'm a scientific menace. This is the lab where the data gets heavy. Hold the scalpel steady and the panel is ready. Dissect the claim, then recite the publication. High intensity truth. surgical observation. Pseudo killer on the track, yellow, red and a black. If you're coming with a fiction, there is no coming back. Now the footage is playing, let's see what they're saying. Every logical inconsistency, yeah, we're weighing. Is it peer review, but just the mood you pursue? Keep the going legs, waiting for truth to be renewed. Step into the arena, face the heat of the light. Can you justify the stance? Can you validate the fight? One-on-one, face the blade, watch the narrative fade. In the theater of logic, yeah, the history's made. It's a master class, looking through the looking glass. Checking every color of the literature pass. Analysis complete. The findings are conclusive. Zero factual density detected. The lab, Saturday night. Check the sources or get dissected.